Good afternoon, and welcome to the final meeting of the 2008-2009 Thousand Oaks Council on Aging. This meeting is now called to order. Commissioner Loomis, would you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance? Please turn on your mics.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Francine, would you call the roll?
Of course I will. Commissioner Borghi.
Here.
Commissioner Fotheringham.
Here.
Commissioner Grimm.
Yes.
Commissioner Loomis.
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Norkin.
Here.
Commissioner Poprock is absent. Chair Searden.
Here.
And Vice Chair Silverberg is absent. Commissioner Shentes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Now is the time for public comments. Is there anyone out here who would wish to speak to us publicly? I see no one, so we'll move on. This brings us to a really wonderful part of our program. As most of you know, and I hope have bought your tickets, tomorrow is going to be our fabulous Senior of the Year banquet, and we're hoping that you're all in attendance. We want to give you a very quick rundown of who those nominees are. And we are fortunate enough to have one of our nominees with us today. We'll save her for last. So, Commissioner Borghi, would you start the process?
Yes, thank you, Jim. As was mentioned tomorrow night, June 4th finally got here. The Council on Aging will name the Thousand Oaks Senior of the Year. Our Mayor, Tom Bradley, will make the presentation. Tom Bradley? Boy, that's one from the past.
I guess he'd be pleased to hear that.
This is the Council on Aging, right? Mayor Tom Glancy, of course, will make the presentation following an evening of dinner, dancing, and fabulous entertainment. We're going to be meeting at the Goebel Senior Adult Center. That's tomorrow night at 5:30. We still have tickets available, and the tickets can be purchased at the Goebel Senior Adult Center, or you can call us. Well, they should be coming at this late date, yes. At the Senior Adult Center, just pick up your tickets there. We have 6 candidates that have been nominated for this honor. These 6 individuals were selected by local organizations from over 1,800 volunteers, seniors in our community. The nominees are Julia Hans, Leanne Nemiroff, Margie Ramos, Tony Ranslam, Joe Saliejo, and Janet Sheehan. We'd like to, for those of you who are unable to attend tomorrow evening, it's our pleasure to provide just a brief description of the accomplishments of this outstanding group of seniors. The candidates will be presented to you this afternoon, and we'll save our attending candidate until last. Our first candidate then will be introduced by Commissioner Harry Norkin.
Thank you, Gene, and I'd like to apologize because I failed to communicate to my candidate that she should have been here. And anyway, I have the pleasure and honor of introducing to you Julia Hans as a candidate for the honor of Senior of the Year. She has been nominated by Cindy Powers of RSVP, Andrea Koval of the Goebel Senior Adult Center, and Ron Schmidt, the current president of the Senior Commission at the Goebel Center. Everyone who visits the Goebel Center on a regular basis knows Julia, and I'm sure she knows most of them. But I think the Goebel Center is her second home, since she seems to enjoy being there and working with seniors. Julia, if you were here, I'd ask you to take a well-deserved bow. Thank you, Gene.
Thank you very much, Harry. Commissioner Dave Grimm will introduce Margie Ramos.
Thank you, Gene. Yes, I am pleased to present Margie Ramos. Margie was nominated by the Thousand Oaks Senior Hospice Center at Buena Vista Hospice by Glennis Bow. Margie is committed to the hospice program and constantly demonstrates her warmth and compassionate understanding while serving individuals in the last stages of their lives. Family members and healthcare team constantly express their appreciation for her warmth and professionalism. Thank you, Gene.
Thank you. Commissioner Marty Shentis will introduce us to Tony Ramsland.
Thank you, Gene. It's my pleasure to introduce you to Tony Ramsland. Tony was nominated by Mary Ann Coladonato, Director of Food Programs at Senior Concerns, and by Cindy Powers of RSVP. Tony has volunteered more than 1,000 hours of her time to support the community, and you could find her in the boutique at the Global Senior Adult Center on Thursdays. She would be calling bingo there on Tuesdays, or she would be in the Marquee Cafe there on Monday. She might also be training new volunteers at the Marquee Cafe, or coordinating and packing boxes for the troops as part of the Hugs from Home program at the Senior Center. Thanks, Gene.
Commissioner Nick Fotheringham, would you introduce us, please, to Joe Salviejo?
Yes, Joe was nominated for this position by Los Robles Hospital Volunteers, where he's a vice president and responsible for the interviewing, vetting, and scheduling for all adult and student volunteers. In addition to which, Joe is a volunteer for his Homeowners Association board, and he volunteers frequently in California as a bilingual clerk at our elections polling places. That's the dry portion of my introduction. If you want to hear the more interesting part, you need to spend $5 and come to a dinner tomorrow with us.
Thank you very much, Nick.
Well said.
All right, Janet Sheehan will be introduced by our chairman, Jim Searden.
Thank you, Gene. Janet Sheehan is currently the only longtime senior volunteers at Many Mansions. She was nominated for this honor by Lindsay Gardner. Now, Janet is qualified to carry out many administrative tasks and is invaluable to the staff. Janet is available 24/7 and is a tireless volunteer who freely gives her time working behind the scenes in order to serve the residents better. A special note with Janet will be unable to attend our banquet tomorrow. Janet is undergoing surgery today, and on behalf of the council and the city staff and the staff at the Goebel Center, we wish you Godspeed and a quick healing. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. Commissioner Len Loomis will introduce Leanne Nemiroff, and we're delighted that you're here today.
Would you like to take the podium for us, Leanne, so that our viewers that are stuck at home on this rainy day can see what a wonderful personality you've got? I had more fun in this process, I think, than any person alive, mainly because I'm dealing with a person who has been a city resident for 41 years. So that puts us all the way back to the founding.
Can you ask TOTV to please show Leanne at the podium?
Yes, thank you. TOTV, there's a very nice-looking person at the podium. Thank you.
Go ahead.
She's been a city resident for 41 years, which probably makes her about 42 years old, and was recommended for consideration by Cindy Powers, who is director of the RSVP. Now, you have to, in order to get along well in the city, understand acronyms: Retired and Senior Volunteer Program. Fellow volunteers at the Global Senior Adult Center, GSAC, and administrators of Senior Concern. She is currently chair of the RSVP Advisory Council and manages the RSVP Boutique. Now, in that job, she has 1,200 volunteers that she's advising for. Leanne also spearheaded the development of a new RSVP program which provides lifeline services to frail, low-income seniors. She's traveled extensively now that she's retired with her husband and brings the world to those who cannot travel beyond this wonderful valley. Thank you so much for being here, Leanne.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, fellow commissioners, and We hope we see you all tomorrow night at the Global Senior Center. The festivities start at 5:30, and tickets are available at the center. Pick them up first so that we can be sure that we have seating for all of you. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you, Gene. Now we come to our speakers for the day, and I'd like to say a little bit about the group that's going to be speaking to us. During the past year, many of you are aware of the efforts that we have been making in trying to come up with our senior adult master plan that we're going to be presenting to City Council next month as a finished product. Along the way, we got together with many of our senior caregivers and service providers in the area and partnered with them in an attempt to increase our outreach. And we are now a member of Moving Seniors Forward, as well as someone who takes advantage of their services. So I'd like to introduce Bob Triplett. And Bob, would you tell us a little bit more about the group and introduce each of your speakers? And I'm sorry, Linda Archer as well. Hi, Linda.
Great. Well, good afternoon, council members. Thank you for the opportunity for allowing us to be here today. It's an honor. My name is Bob Triplett. I'm an estate planning attorney in Thousand Oaks, where for the last 25 years I've concentrated my law practice on wills, trusts, probate, trust administration. I'm also a real estate broker with Prudential California Realty, and also a seniors real estate specialist.
Good afternoon, council. My name is Linda Archie. I am a realtor and a seniors real estate specialist with Prudential California Realty in Thousand Oaks. Bob and I are partners in our real estate business. We are also co-founders of Moving Seniors Forward Community Resource Network Group.
As a background, the idea for this group came about several years ago. In my law practice, in dealing with my clients and their assets, their estate plan, and the various things that were going on in their lives, something dawned on me that they were getting older. And I wasn't, but they were definitely getting older. So with that, I knew that they needed some products and some services that I simply couldn't provide. So I knew that I had to get educated in the senior world more to learn exactly what they need and who might provide the service or the product. So I wanted to be able to refer to competent professionals who provided excellent service, who that we could trust to provide a quality product in a friendly and caring manner. The problem there was I knew some of these people, but I didn't know a lot who I needed to know. So I found that I needed to find out more professionals, and I also had to learn more about the things that were entering into my seniors' lives. So the thought occurred that we needed to form a referral group. I needed to be able to know more about other professionals to refer to so that my clients could be serviced, and I needed to learn more about the services themselves. So that was the whole idea behind creating a referral group. And I felt that this was going to be much better, certainly for my clients, than turning them loose in the yellow pages to go find somebody, because I had done that before and the results were less than satisfactory. So about 2 years ago, I talked to Linda about this idea, and she immediately embraced it. She had cared for her parents and her grandparents and family members through the years, as a lot of us have, and she thought that it was a great idea to be able to put this referral group together, and that it would be a benefit not only to the senior, but to the family members and the caregivers who care for seniors. So it's all in this together. Our group here is to concentrate not only on the senior, but their family. From that time on, Linda has been the driving force behind the implementation and development of Moving Seniors Forward Community Resource Network Group. Now, Linda came up with part of that, or she was a big part of coming up with a name, and that's a lot of words. But we felt that it made sense because basically we are a network group of professionals who are providing resources in the form of either information or services or products to our community with the goal of moving seniors forward. So the group that you're going to meet here today some of the members are here, that we offer real-life solutions. So we're dealing with a reality here. We want real-life solutions and want to be able to provide options to seniors that they might not know about so that they can continue to lead a positive and productive life. Thanks to Linda and all the members here today, the idea is now a reality. In April, we had our first year anniversary, and during that first year, we had over 100 referrals within the group. And we feel very comfortable and satisfied that the clients that we had received very good, competent service or received the products that they needed that otherwise they would not have. So we look forward to working and becoming a resource to not only the Council on Aging, but any type of senior groups or associations and the general public. The mission of Moving Seniors Forward is very, very simple. We are here to enhance the lives of seniors and their families in our community.
And to help inform our community about the group and its members, we have created a member directory which lists and describes the categories of information, services, and products provided, and the member who provides that information, service, or product. The member directory is available to the public through our group, our individual members, and will become available at various venues. You can contact any member directly or call the Moving Senior Forward phone number listed in the directory, and we will be happy to refer you to the appropriate provider. We are also in the process of developing a website at www.movingseniorsforward.org, where people can learn more about our group, the free educational seminars on senior-related topics we present throughout the year, and the special fun events we sponsor. Two of our upcoming events are Saturday, June 27th. It's a Parkinson's seminar on symptoms, therapies, and resources. It's going to be held at the Goebel Senior Adult Center here in Thousand Oaks. It will be a breakfast with keynote speaker Ronald Zeman, and it will be 9 a.m. until 11. We also have planned for the future, Sunday, October 4th, a USO-themed event. So we're really excited about that, and that will be at the Goebel Center as well.
So what we'd like to do now is introduce you to some of the members of the group. They'll give a brief description of what they do and how they relate to seniors and to their families. So Chris Woodard, you can start.
Hi, thanks for having us. If you ever thought about finding assisted living for a loved one, now is the best time you could possibly shop. Because of the poor economy, assisted living facilities have cut their prices, and now they're offering great promotions to try to attract new residents. You have to know where to look and what to ask for, but that's where we come in. Hi, I'm Chris Woodard, and my company's called Options for Seniors. We provide free placement services for folks looking for either independent or assisted living for a loved one. What are my qualifications? I spent 6 years running my own residential care facility. I'm a licensed administrator, and I know what to look for. I personally inspect every place that I refer clients to make sure they're up above board and well-respected places. We can help assess your loved one's needs and shop for just the right environment. We also walk folks through the admission process, and I provide the key documents that you need to fill out in order to make a placement happen. Why is this a good time to shop for senior living? Well, like most companies in this economy, independent and assisted living places are having a tough time finding people. It's kind of a double whammy going on right now with a dip in the real estate, and people have lost home equity, and at the same time, folks have had their retirement savings cut into. As a result, independent and assisted living communities, and there are some wonderful places, and represented by folks here too, are providing all kinds of incentives. I would say just watching the market over the last year, I've seen probably a 20 or 50% decrease in rents. And then a lot of the places are offering some different promotional things to attract people, like waiving the normal entry fees or offering a free month's rent, things like that. So what situation's best for your loved one? Well, it really depends. If your loved one just needs minor assistance and maybe help with some of their daily activities, then maybe a larger assisted living place is the answer. Excuse me. There's also a whole network of really wonderful 6-bed residential care facilities like I ran in Thousand Oaks. And I work and really look for the people that are committed to doing a wonderful job. We also have some great options for people that are looking for dementia or Alzheimer's care. If you're not sure what you need, just give us a call and we'll be happy to do a free assessment. I do a price survey, so I'll call around and find out what's available in your area and at what price. And call our number. We have a wonderful resource guide, not only myself, but and I'm not necessarily putting myself in the category of wonderful, but we have some great professionals to help you out. Feel free to call the number here and we'll send you a free resource guide.
Good afternoon. It's my pleasure to be here today. I, too, am a longtime resident of Thousand Oaks. I spent 2/3 of my life here. I came here 3 days after I got out of college, and on this very spot, I brought my children to the Jungle Land facility, and we had lots of fun here the first few years that we were in town. So we've been here since 1968, and I love this town. I wouldn't want to live anywhere else. My name is Joe Brandenburg. I represent Transitions for Veterans. Our organization helps veterans qualify and their spouses qualify for a little-known Veterans Administration program known as Aid and Attendance. Some of you may be familiar with that program. You may have heard of it before. But it's so little known that even though there are potentially 2 million veterans and their spouses who are could be eligible for the program, less than 200,000 have availed themselves of this opportunity. So our function is to make this program available to the veterans and their spouses who require the assistance of others to deal with the hazards of daily living as they deal with it on a daily basis. Now, this Aid and Attendance program was created by Congress back in 1951, so it's an old program. It's nothing new. It's just one of these things that's just the best kept secret. The income can be substantial, and it can provide income for 3 levels of care. The first level would be in-home care. The second level would be assisted living, and the third level would be skilled nursing. So all of those areas are covered. And in addition to that, the income can also be used for unreimbursed medical expenses that might get out of hand a little bit. This benefit is also in addition to pensions and Social Security. So you're not limited to just those 2 items. You can add this on top of that. It's also a non-service connected program, which means if you're familiar with the military and how they work, non-service connected simply means that you did not have to be injured or disabled during military service in order to qualify for that. This is also not the disability program side of the Veterans Administration program. This is a separate program. No disability is required during the military service, and the income is tax-free. If you need any more information, just give us a call at the number that you see on your screen, and this is the program that I think is a wonderful way for a grateful country to say thank you to our brave veterans and their spouses. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. I, too, am a longtime resident of Thousand Oaks. I actually brought my family here, came here to raise my family, and, of course, helped my in-laws relocate back to this area because it was a preferred area for retirement. My name's Ramona Spradling, and I'm the Director of Marketing for Oakview at University Village, and we're located here in Thousand Oaks near the campus of California Lutheran University. Oakview is the healthcare center that provides the level of care that extends beyond independent living. We offer assisted living, Alzheimer's care and dementia care, skilled nursing, and rehabilitation. And I'd like to explain a little bit about what each of these levels of care are. Skilled nursing is a 24-hour medical care facility. It provides custodial care as well as long-term care or rehabilitation. A nursing home is also known as skilled nursing facility, or a SNF. Licensed physicians supervise the care of each patient, and licensed nurses are staffed and available 24 hours a day. And most nursing homes have 2 basic types of services: skilled medical care or custodial care, actually. Skilled medical care services are from trained professionals such as a physical therapist, licensed or registered nurses for wound care or to change dressings after a major surgery, or administering and monitoring medications and intravenous medications. A physical therapist helps patients to correct their strength and balance and recovery from surgeries or strokes. A speech therapist is available to help patients regain their ability to communicate after a stroke or other illnesses. Then you have occupational therapists, and they help the patient to relearn independent self-care things such as dressing, grooming, and eating. Also, skilled nursing facilities provide a social services worker, and that professional will help the patient regarding their discharge for home care or to other facilities if they need more long-term care. Skilled care also offers the long-term care, so if a patient's not going to recover or return home for independence and needs more custodial care such as bathing, dressing, eating, grooming, medication management, that's where this type of community or medical service would be provided. Payment options for skilled nursing facilities include private pay, long-term care insurance, Medicare or other private insurance, and Medicaid, known as Medi-Cal in California. Assisted living facilities offer help with activities of daily living, personal custodial care. Also, they place a greater emphasis on personal privacy and autonomy than a nursing home. They include activities to promote physical and psychological health and help to create an environment for beneficial socialization. Assisted living facilities provide personal assistance and can be performed by trained professionals or personal care providers and certified nurse assistants. Now, Alzheimer's and dementia-related care offers service with activities of daily living as well for personal care, medication management, and that type of a program would have a greater emphasis on memory support as well as programs for socialization and activities for stimulation. And dementia care facilities also have specially trained staff for personal assistance. Now, are any of you familiar or may have heard the terminology as CCRC, which is really a continuing care retirement community? And a continuing care retirement community provides independent living for the senior with housing and services and nursing home care all in one location. It enables seniors to remain in a familiar setting as they grow older. Many seniors enter a continuing care community while they're healthy and active and knowing that they'll be able to stay in the same community and receive long-term services. Well, Oakview is the health care center for University Village, which is a continuum care community. And at Oakview, we do provide the continuum care approach. We also, Oakview's open to the public, and it is the Assisted Living and Health Care Center. And we're located at 3557 Campus Drive in Thousand Oaks. And we are situated on 65 acres of beautiful natural landscape setting and mountains, and we're on the campus of University Village Independent Living Community. And you can reach myself or reach University Village Oakview Healthcare Center at 805-241-2000 or contact us through Moving Seniors Forward. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Barry Gilster from Livingston Visiting Nurse Association. Livingston provides comprehensive home health care in Ventura County. We have been providing home care in Ventura County for over 60 years. Home care includes nursing care, physical therapy care, occupational care, speech therapy, medical social workers, home health aides, and registered dietitians. For all home health care, you need to have a physician's order. Although there are many home care agencies in Ventura County, Livingston is special. Livingston is a nonprofit agency. Our mission is to provide care regardless of the patient's ability to pay for the services. We accept Medicare, Medi-Cal, all insurances. So if you want more information or you think we can help, give us a call at 805-642-0239. Thanks.
Good afternoon, Council. My name is Marilyn Berman. I am Regional Community Educator for Help Unlimited. We are an agency that provides care in the home or in facilities, and for over 30 years, Help Unlimited has served the residents of the Conejo Valley. Whether you have a temporary illness, setback, or just need a little respite care, Help Unlimited can help provide those services with personal care attendants, certified nurse aides, and home health aides to assist with all of your personal care needs, light housekeeping, preparation of meals, and transportation to keep you safe, happy, and independent in your home. We can provide from 1 hour to 24-hour live-in care, whatever you need and whenever you need it. After your initial contact with our agency, we will send a licensed nurse into the home to perform an initial assessment, a safety evaluation of your home, and to devise a plan of care. Our staff is background checked, licensed, and bonded, and we also perform extensive reference checks on everybody that we hire. Everyone with our agency must have at least 1 year's recent caregiving experience. At Help Unlimited, we strive to not only provide assistance with basic care needs, but also to assist in promoting wellness for our clients. We strive to tend to the social, emotional, physical, and psychological well-being of the individuals that we serve. Homebound seniors are often disconnected from many of the things and activities that have brought them joy over the years. This happens very easily with a change in medical condition, such as loss of sight, change in cognitive abilities, or with complications from a chronic illness. It may be as simple as getting to a religious service, having transportation to an important meeting, or to meet with friends, or making sure that a client's favorite music is available for them to hear, or perhaps making sure the emotional well-being of a hospice patient is tended to. That may improve an individual's quality of life greatly. We strive to not only provide comfort, safety, and assistance with activities of daily living, but also to enhance or provide improvement in our clients' quality of life. Help Unlimited offers the community many education seminars throughout the year on topics such as healthy aging, options in care as you age, financial safety in the golden years, and symposiums on Parkinson's disease. We also have an upcoming seminar at the Goebel Center that will be moderated by Betty Berry on financial safety in the golden years on June 25th. For questions or more information on upcoming events or for information on our services, you may reach us at 805-654-6990 or the Moving Seniors Forward phone number. Thank you.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. My name is Corrine Barrington. Thank you for the opportunity to have us here today. I am a long-term care insurance specialist, and my job is to ensure that people have the finances that they need to fund their care no matter when they have a need. Providing and funding for long-term care is the greatest threat to our financial security. The number one reason for bankruptcy in the United States is health, whether it's an acute care need or it's a long-term care need. There's only two things in life that maintain our independence, and that is our health and our money. And that's resources that you need to pay for your care. And the saddest thing is when you've lost your health to also not have the resources to maintain those choices. When there are resources, people have the opportunity to choose where they want to receive their care. All my clients say, I would like to stay at home. And staying at home means having the money to be able to hire the people that some of my colleagues here can provide for them to have the quality of care. And resources also ensures our quality of care, which of course becomes very important. Having resources also takes the burden off our families, because when you fail to plan, then your family has no choice but to step forward and take care of you. And when a parent has a long-term care situation, it doesn't really bring families together. Most often it tears them apart. And many seniors actually are taking care of seniors, especially with Alzheimer's. Over 70% of Alzheimer's patients are taken care of by someone who's over 60. Taking care of someone who is critically ill makes people critically ill. And I'm sure you've all seen situations where that has happened. Government funding for long-term care is a fiscal black hole. Absolutely nobody knows where the money is going to come from as our 80 million aging baby boomers go into their final years. The state is currently $203 million behind in Medi-Cal funding, and nobody has any idea where that money is going to come from. What's going to happen with Medi-Cal in the future is that it's just going to become more and more and more restrictive for people to be eligible for those benefits. So being able to private pay is going to become even more important as we get older. And why do you need insurance and why do you need resources? Because today the average cost of care is $80,000 a year, depending on where you're receiving your care. Over the next 30 years, that cost will rise to $300,000 a year. So unless people plan to fund their own care through prudent finances or purchasing a long-term care insurance policy, their families will have no choice but to go into their own resources and take their own time. And I know there isn't a client I haven't met that hasn't said to me, I don't want to burden my children. And yet if they fail to plan, that's the only option that's going to have if they're fortunate enough to have children and those that will take them in. Long-term care is a product that is medically underwritten. So it's important to look at the product and consider the product before you've had any significant changes in your health. And that becomes the challenge as people get older, maintaining their health. Because premiums are based on age, the best time to get it is when you're younger. You're able to purchase more insurance, and again, it becomes more affordable. So again, my name is Corinne Berenson. You can reach me through our network, and I'd be happy to entertain questions whenever you'd like. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. My name is Bonnie Olson, and 8 years ago with a group of really wonderful people, we helped start Buena Vista Hospice, and it's my pleasure today to tell you a little bit more about hospice. The thing to know about hospice is there's no question that everyone in this room is going to need it at some point. Nobody leaves this earth alive, but you get to choose if you want to use hospice or not. And I'm going to give you a little information to help you with that choice. Hospice is a service provided to patients and families when a patient has a terminal illness with a life expectancy of 6 months or less. Hospice can be much longer than 6 months if it's appropriate, and they still meet the hospice diagnosis and criteria. And so that's a misnomer, so I wanted to clear that up. Closer to the mic. Sorry. Thank you. Okay. Hospice can take place wherever the patient is. Hospice is not an actual building or a place. And that's a thing that comes up frequently when a doctor suggests it's time for hospice. The family will say, okay, where do we go? Where is it? So hospice is wherever you are. We come to you. It is a well-coordinated set of services, including medical doctors, nurses, nurses' aides, social workers, spiritual counselors, music therapists, massage therapists, and much more. Wonderful volunteers, and everybody is there with the intention to serve and to alleviate suffering and manage symptoms, whether they be spiritual, physical, or mental. Another word for this is palliative care, and you've probably heard that a few times. And that just means, palliative care just means alleviating pain without curing. Hospice is a philosophy that regards dying as a normal process. It is not for everyone, and we are very careful to make sure that the support team and family and friends are all on board with the hospice philosophy, with the goal of dying at home with dignity and not going back to the hospital. It is important to know that symptom management neither hastens nor postpones death. You never give up your autonomy. You can always see your own doctor, and you can stop hospice at any time. It's never a contract. You sign an informed consent, but at any time you wish to stop service, you can, and seek aggressive treatment or go to the hospital. Hospice is a support system provided by Medicare and Medi-Cal private insurance to help patients and their families live as actively and symptom-free as possible. After a patient's death, hospice also helps families cope with a wonderful bereavement program, and it is my pleasure to introduce to you Paula Marie Jones, who is music therapist extraordinaire.
Carry me through what is before me, beyond the blue. The love that surrounds me will carry me through. Yes, it will carry me through.
Thank you. It is such a privilege to work with Buena Vista Hospice. It is just an amazing collection of highly skilled, caring professionals that have helped over 1,000 families through this process of helping their loved one move through this transition. And beyond that, we work with the families for 13 months afterwards for bereavement. And I would also like to invite you on Saturday, July 11th, we're going to have our annual butterfly release ceremony. That will be at Triumphal Park at 10 o'clock in the morning, and you're all welcome to come and be part of our symbolic ceremony of release. And so thank you for having us today.
Gentlemen, thank you for taking the time today to hear us, and you'll be relieved to know that I do not have a song for you. A note, my mother just passed away last month at the age of 94, and she had hospice care, and those people were angels. They were really, really great, and it wouldn't have been the same without them. I'm John Muir. I'm a senior trust officer for this region for Wells Fargo Bank in Westlake Village. Most people know that they should have some sort of estate plan in place to, at the very least, guide the distribution of their assets to their loved ones upon their passing. In the course of my work, however, I run into many, many individuals and many wealthy families, some worth many millions of dollars, who've done nothing, who've taken a lot of time to accumulate assets in their life and have not thought much about how they're going to pass them on or to whom and in what manner. And you know, if that's what you do, if upon your passing you don't have an estate plan, there is one for you, and it's provided by the state of California. I think we probably all want to avoid that if we can. Besides providing for your heirs, there are other good reasons to create an estate plan. You can create planning in case there's some sort of unforeseen contingency, so that you don't have to have court intervention. You can minimize estate and gift taxes if you're fortunate enough to be in that situation where your estate might be in the $7 million range or over. And you can also include philanthropy in your estate and gift planning if that's something you choose. I normally represent the bank when Wells Fargo takes over as successor trustee when one or both of the grantors or the creators of the revocable living trust they have has passed on. This is similar to being the executor of a will. But we can take over if you simply have decided that you kind of don't want to do it anymore, We handle the bills, we handle the taxes, we take care of everything if that's what you wish to have. I make sure everything is inventoried upon the passing of somebody, and I make sure that the estate administration and the trust administration is all set up properly, that the distributions are made properly, the taxes are paid timely, everything is taken care of, and if there's to be continuing asset management for the benefit of any beneficiaries, that their assets are prudently handled and that the distributions are made as they ought to be, according to the wishes of the people who created the trust and the law. Wells Fargo has many departments that I can work with if necessary. We handle real estate. We manage closely held assets. There is very little that bank can't do. I think we have 82 or 83 different business lines, so it's probably handled by one of those. A proper estate plan always includes a will, preferably a trust, and it always includes a power of attorney for financial affairs and a power of attorney for health care decisions, which in California we call the California Advanced Health Care Directive. So I can be reached through this number, and I thank you for your time.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Lorene Stojkowicz, Regional Marketing Director for Gentle Transitions. I met many of you last month when our owner, Greg Gunderson, spoke and did a downsizing seminar, so I'm not going to repeat anything of what he said. I'm going to take you through a typical client experience for us. Our move managers are our team leaders, and they come and, if you need assistance when you're moving, help you do things like get mattress discounts or fill out your postal moving packet. And as part of our assistance for seniors when they move, we have a couple of pieces, the Moving Tips for Senior and the 30-day moving calendars. Out of that, there are 3 top tips that I'd like to pass on to you while I speak to you today. The first one would be to create a floor plan. I know it seems like a little extra effort and a little extra time, but believe me, when you get all those things to that spot on moving day and you're wondering what should go where, you'll be grateful that you took that extra time. It's simply a matter of measuring the space that you're moving into and then measuring each of the key pieces that you want to bring into that space, and then they fit together logically from that point. The second key point I'd like to give you when you're moving would be to take the time to have someone with you on moving day. A second set of eyes and ears are always valuable anywhere in life, but certainly on moving day when a lot of people are in your space, they're doing things that you may not be able to keep track of, that extra set of eyes and ears are going to be really handy for you. And finally, we suggest that you put all of your key personal items, that would be your wallet, your jewelry, your medicines, some liquids for the day, into a brightly colored or well-marked bag that you keep with you at all times during that day, so that you never are wondering where those things are when you need them, and you keep yourself well hydrated and with good nutrition, because it's going to be a little extra added stress on that day. And those are 3 tips that we hope will help you along the way. Thank you very much for your time.
Hello, everybody. My name is Andrea. I'm with the Global Senior Adult Center, and everybody who watches this program sees me at the end anyway. This is a great network group to be with. I use them. They've helped me out tremendously with programs and helping support and promote. But the Global Senior Adult Center, I have to say, is a fun place to come to. So you can get any types of classes, programs, services, referrals of all sorts through the senior network and through other referrals and other agencies that we have within the center itself. So I'm going to just let it be at that, because I get to tell you all the fun stuff towards the end. This is a great group, and I'm the fun person, so there they all are, and I will let you have them. So I didn't know if you wanted to finish up with anything, Linda?
Thanks, Andrea. Good afternoon again. As I mentioned earlier, I am a realtor with Prudential California Realty in the Thousand Oaks office, and very proud to work with a company that has a commitment to quality service and excellence. In fact, J.D. Power and Associates recently awarded Prudential for highest customer satisfaction for home sellers among the nation's full-service real estate firms. I am a member of both the Conejo Valley Board of Realtors and the Southland Regional Board of Realtors, which geographically covers Ventura County and the San Fernando Valley. For real estate needs outside this area, through Prudential's relocation services, I can refer clients to qualified affiliate realtors nationally. I service all segments of the residential real estate market, including home sellers, home buyers, investors, and seniors. I have always felt an admiration, respect, and sensitivity toward our older generations. That is why I especially enjoy working with seniors. To more effectively serve my senior clients, I earned the designation of Seniors Real Estate Specialist. As we age, we need specialists in our healthcare and legal needs, so why not in our housing and equity needs as well? Changes in lifestyle and personal situations can occur quickly and dramatically. Therefore, good real estate planning can be the most important element for financial security. You want to make the wisest decisions when selling a home, relocating, or making real estate investment choices. To address the growing needs and concerns of maturing Americans, the National Association of Realtors, through the Senior Advantage Real Estate Council, created an educational program which, when completed, gives those realtors the designation of Seniors Real Estate Specialist. As a Seniors Real Estate Specialist, I have specialized knowledge and understanding to counsel clients in their lifestyle transitions so they feel informed and comfortable when making their real estate decisions. When I work with senior clients, I sit down with them and patiently listen to their current situation and assess their future needs. We then explore various housing and financing options that are available. If referrals to other services are necessary, I have a team of solid, reliable resources to recommend. Many of them are here today. I then develop a customized plan to satisfy the client's specific goals, and then we move forward with confidence. In addition, through the Seniors Real Estate website, I offer all my clients an abundance of senior-related information, including current trends and hot topics, such as 5 ways to cut elder care costs and flying the empty nest, strategies to downsizing. I also supply special reports and surveys of interest to seniors and their families. Age does have its advantages. I am here to make sure that if you are 50 plus, you capitalize on every possible benefit to which you are entitled. For more information and to contact me, please call me at 805-558-8157. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon again. I'm the last member to speak, so you can start breathing again. I'm Bob Triplett, estate planning attorney here in Thousand Oaks. My law firm's mission is to provide legal family security, to provide peace of mind to my clients. And we define peace of mind as knowing that legally you did what was required to protect yourself and your family. Now, how do you get peace of mind? Well, you have to become proactive. As John Muir stated, that if you ignore your right to have your voice heard, which now that I'm closer you can hear my voice, we want to hear your voices. Everyone in here today can voice their opinion as to what you want, what you don't want. But there may come a point in time when you can't exercise that voice through an incapacity. If we had Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, some sort of disability where you can't speak, or if you pass away. And we all are going to die. I don't know too many 200-year-old people walking the face of the earth. It will happen. So are we prepared? If we ignore our rights, then this comes into play. And this is just a mere 1,000 pages. You can read it if you'd like. That is going to indicate for those people who have done nothing or who have done a document, but it isn't legally proper. This is going to be your voice. This will say where your estate will go. This will indicate who's going to take care of what. And it all comes about because you didn't do anything. So our strong recommendation to our clients is, let's hear your voice. Let's get it down in legal writing so that your voice will always be heard. So let's get a will. Let's get a trust. Let's do durable powers of attorney for finances or for health care. There's also HIPAA forms for the release of medical information from doctors and hospitals, which is becoming very important these days. Oftentimes we'll do a community property agreement for clients, which will help for income taxes in case one spouse dies and the surviving spouse sells an asset like the family home. So there's a lot of good planning that can be done. We just need you to become proactive. Now, there may be some people thinking and watching today that says, I have a will or have a trust, so I'm covered. Well, we need you to update or review those documents at least every 5 years. Because what we hate to see in our law firm is a new family client that comes in and they put a will on the conference table that has 3 inches of dust on it. When we blow off the dust and we look at the will and we see that it was signed in 1969, we know it's been 40 years since this person ever looked at this document. And there's probably nobody on the council here that bets, but I bet that you probably would bet that that person and their intent is not going to be expressed in this document that's sitting on that table. But yet that's their last will, and that's what we work from. So our key point here is to seniors, and especially to their families. We need to do something. And as a senior, if you don't care about yourself, care enough about your family to do something. So we're here for you, and believe me, when we get peace of mind, when you get peace of mind, because we do not like going to court as much as you don't. Basically, that is a sample of some of our members for moving seniors forward today. If anyone is interested in receiving the brochure that Linda displayed, or the member directory, they can call us at 805-210-1290 or email us at movingseniorsforward@gmail.com. Also, if there's any activities that they would like us to participate in, we're more than happy to entertain those. And again, we thank you, the Council on Aging, for having us here today. It was a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Linda, and all of you for moving seniors forward. It's great to have a partnership of such diverse and responsible people. Thank you so much for being part of our program. Now we're going to move on to our regular business portion. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm very sorry. Are there any questions from anyone? Apparently not. All right. So we're going to move on to the regular business portion of our program, and we will begin with a report on transportation. And that is that Dave?
Right out of the chute, huh? All right. Well, yeah, again, thanks, folks, for being here. I recently attended a Ventura County Transportation Committee meeting, and this allowed me to see what's been accomplished and what's being considered for future transit improvements in our counties, not only for the seniors, but for the general population. All the local communities have similar issues regarding supporting their senior citizens for transportation needs. Each community, is facing issues to ensure that their citizens have their needs met. From this meeting, there was one theme that was consistent from all the communities. This has to do with dial-a-ride. A big problem that is plaguing dial-a-ride has been no-shows. This refers to people who make a reservation and do not use the service. This problem is compounded when the reservation is not canceled with a call to dial-a-ride personnel. This has become a significant drain on the available funds to support this program. There is, of course, a loss of revenue, but on a larger concern is the delay of service to other dial-a-ride patrons. Service has been a major complaint in our dial-a-ride operation. Please consider that at a minimum, the physical time that a van goes out to a residence, waits a mandated 5 minutes to ensure that the customer is not going to show, and then move to the next appointment. This can easily be 30 minutes of wasted time. I think you can see how this becomes a snowball effect in the performance of dial-a-ride with these pickup delays. In this time of limited financial resources, we will all help our community by eliminating this kind of unneeded waste. If you make a reservation, use it. If you have to cancel, let dial-a-ride know. You can make a reservation up to 2 weeks in advance, This will help in Dial-A-Ride scheduling and ensure that you will have a ride. We will have representatives from Dial-A-Ride and TO Transit at future presentations. Remember that the TO website is still the best place to get updated info on schedules and messages about transit system changes. Call the Transit Center. Personnel are available to help you with your transportation needs within and outside of Thousand Oaks. On a local level, Dial-A-Ride and transit systems have shown an upswing in usage and revenue. I applaud the seniors who have utilized the established systems. This will only get better with additional usage. Throughout the last months, you've heard about our SAMP survey and report. There is a section regarding transportation. There will be recommendations put forward to the City Council reflecting your participation in the survey and request regarding Dial-A-Ride and TO Transit. As a final thought, I wanted to make note that Roy Myers will be retiring from the city. Roy has been a mainstay, a linchpin in the development of our transit system for many years. I salute Roy for all his work in helping seniors and all members of our community to best utilize public transportation. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you, David. All right, we'll move on to fraud. Commissioner Shintez, please.
Thanks, Jim. Identity theft is the fastest growing crime in the country.
They tell me.
You know it. And we've given you advice in the past about how to avoid it. You know, things like shredding your personal papers, checking your bank and credit card statements, and getting your free credit reports. But no matter how careful you are, your personal information might still get stolen. Identity thieves hack into the computers of the companies that you do business with, stores, banks, credit card companies, and even places of employment. So today, we're going to tell you what to do if, in spite of all of your best efforts, your identity is still stolen. First, you should call one of the 3 credit reporting agencies and place a fraud alert on your account. You only have to call one of them, and they will get a hold of the other 2, and you will be covered on all 3 of them. One thing you'll get out of that is a free copy of your credit report, and you should check that over to make sure there are no suspicious items, things that you did not do, and then you can get them corrected. The fraud alert is good for 90 days if you think your identity has been stolen. For example, you've lost or had your wallet stolen. If you actually become a victim, lost real money, then you can have that alert extended for, it's up to 7 years, actually. And the fraud alert is a warning to potential lenders that the person applying for credit may not be you. Next, you want to close any accounts that have been tampered with or opened fraudulently. Then you want to report the crime to the police and get a copy of the police report. To get back any lost money, you will need to prove that you did not make that charge, or you did not write those checks, or you did not take out that loan. You have to prove that the thief is not you. And the best way to do that is that police report. It gives you a certain amount of credibility because it's illegal to file a false police report. Finally, report the crime to the Federal Trade Commission, the FTC. They have a form on their website that you can take out, and it's quite often, and when you fill it out and make copies of it, it's quite useful in proving your case. Let's see. Their website is www.ftc.gov. Easy to remember. And they have a very easy to remember phone line. It's 1-877-ID-THEFT. Follow up every call with a letter. Use certified mail, return receipt requested. Ask for written confirmation that they received your letter. Identity theft can cause major damage. Stolen identities have been used by police who have been arrested and skipped bail. Then the victim gets stopped for a minor traffic violation and discovers there's a warrant out for his or her arrest. Proving that the criminal is not you can be a difficult task. You will need this paper trail. In a severe case, you may need a lawyer. For more detail, I suggest you go to that FTC website. You remember www.ftc.gov? And there you can learn a lot more about identity theft and what you can do about it. Thanks, Jim.
Thank you, Marty. I shared with some of the council members that my family has been hit 3 times in the last week with identity theft. So it's not just a fantasy out there or a threat. It's very, very real. We'll move on now to our Senior Adult Master Plan report. Our chairman of the SAMP program, as we refer to it, is on vacation and having a good time. So he's not here to report, but you've been listening to us for the past 6-8 months talking about the SAMP report, which is a comprehensive look of the needs and future needs of the senior community. I'm fairly happy to tell you that we're darn near ready to roll with this, and we'll be presenting it to City Council next month. And I do want to personally thank everyone in the community that helped us with this, the service providers, our advisory council, and of course our Council on Aging members who worked tirelessly to put this together. Francine, what is the exact date that we're going to deliver this to the council? July 14th. So to all who helped us, God bless. Thank you very much. Does anyone have anything else to add on our Senior Adult Master Plan? Okay, then we'll move on to disaster and emergency preparedness. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, thank you for the drum roll. Last couple of Saturdays ago, a number of us had the opportunity and the privilege of being at the Goebel Senior Center on a Saturday morning for a very, very interesting and wonderful county fair kind of event. During our manning of a booth there, personing, I suppose, is a better word this day and age, of the booth there, I asked the question, how many of you have heard of the City Alert One Call Reaches All program, sometimes known as Reverse 911? And I was alarmed that despite what I believe is a very, very excellent notification program on part of the city, not one of the people I talked to could tell me that they knew what it was. And I find that alarming because this is a marvelous system. Not only is it a good system, but it's a good free system. So I urge us all, if we haven't signed up for the City Alert One Call Reaches All, we get ourselves over to our computer and to the Thousand Oaks website, toaks.org. That's really complicated. And find the first pane and click on it, and that pane will lead us through sign up. Why, Len, should we sign up? Well, the city has signed up automatically everyone that has a landline in the city. But a number of us are now going to cell phones as our primary means of communication. And cell phones are not signed up. But there is perhaps an even more important use of the system for those of us who are aging, and that is you can designate a phone any place in the world to be one of the phones notified in case of an emergency in Thousand Oaks. That's very cool. That means that my daughter up in Sacramento is going to be notified in case there's an emergency in Thousand Oaks, and she is going to be unnotified when the emergency is over. It saves a whole bunch of phone calls in case of emergencies. It keeps people, all loved ones all over the world, connected. It's one more way of building a safety net so that we can have a very secure and happy future in a wonderful city. Again, please, if you haven't, sign up and modify your own preferences on City Alert One Call Reaches All, T as in T, toaks.org. Thanks, Jim.
Thank you, Leonard. Yes. Yes, there's a question over there in the Yes, Andrea.
Actually, just a comment I wanted to follow up. Also, the City Alert forms, little brochures are also at the Global Senior Adult Center, and some are down in the dining room as well. And if for some odd reason they run out, they can always call Francine at 449-2743 to have one mailed. So you've got a variety of ways. You can do it on the website, by phone, or come on down to the center.
I actually have everyone I know call that number. My kids call her just to see if I'm home.
Jim, I didn't do that. No, Francine.
I wonder if there would be any use in having a sign-up day at the Global Center, or sign-up morning, or something like that. This darn thing is so effective, and so that we really need to get the word out on it. All right, let's move on to our liaison reports. The first one will be the VC AAA. I have basically one thing to say in regard to the VC AAA, and that the news that's coming down through the state to them, to us, is frightening. We all know what's going on in California. We haven't got a dime. Nobody's going to lend us any money, so we've got some serious budget problems. And of course, that is all rolling downhill. And there's some very wonderful programs in jeopardy right now in terms of being able to be funded in the future. One of them is the Alzheimer's respite care. The very, very valuable brown bag program is in jeopardy. But what we do know is that the staff at VC AAA is up in Sacramento right now, kicking and screaming, arm wrestling, and doing everything they can to come up with alternate means of financing these incredibly valuable programs. So we will keep you posted downstream as we. By the way, this may be an interesting time to say this, but I mentioned that this was the last program of our 2008-2009 term. We start up again in January for a whole new year. Did I say January? Let's move that tape backwards. We're starting up again in September, and so we'll be looking forward to seeing all of you again at that time. But in the meantime, let's go to RSVP reports. And Martin?
Well, now, all children deserve to be surrounded by a loving family in a secure home. But sadly, that's not always the way things are. The Juvenile Dependency Court hears the cases of children who are abandoned, neglected, or abused. Often the judge needs more information before he can determine the best course of action. He can refer the child's case to CASA of Ventura County, and CASA stands for Court-Appointed Special Advocate. These are volunteers who visit the child every week, contact others involved with him or her, and becomes the voice of the child in court. If you are a responsible adult who wants to help at-risk children and are willing to volunteer about 10 hours a month, RSVP is sponsoring a meeting at the Global Senior Adult Center where current CASA volunteers will tell you about the program. The meeting will be held on Tuesday, August the 4th, from 9:30 to 10:30. If you are interested in this highly rewarding program, please call the RSVP office. Number is 805-381-2742. And one additional item to all you current RSVP volunteers, Cindy would like you to remind you to hand in your timesheets at the end of this month. She will need them to prepare her report to the national organization, which is due very shortly after. Thank you.
Thank you, Martin. And now for the fun part of our afternoon. Andrea Koebel's going to tell us about all the wonderful, wonderful things going on at Goebbels.
Stuff for now. Just a few things that are coming up, which is a lot here. I wanted to talk about actually Canal Recreation and Park District's free summer concerts in the park. They're very good, and they've got some different new ones coming up. There'll be one Independence Day with the Canal Pops, one on Sunday, July 19th, the Mighty Cash Cats, which is a tribute to Johnny Cash. We have Lisa Haley and the Zyda Cats, so Zydeco music, and she's really good. And Labor Day, which is Monday the 7th, is a tribute to Elvis, so you'll have Raymond Michael, so and a lot of different companies and organizations throughout the Conejo Valley help sponsor these. So it's a really good, fun thing to do, and it's at Conejo Community Center on Dover and Hendricks. So we've got a bunch of these at our center, and they're at the Library and Teen Center, and they're kind of out everywhere. And there's some here at City Hall, and of course our main office on Hillcrest. Farmers Market, even though it's not one of our programs, I know a lot of people in the community go to Farmers Market. It's been up there, up on the hill by the main office of Conejo Recreation and Park District. They are going back now to the Oak Shopping Center at the East End parking lot, so like Wilbur Road and Teal Boulevard, right around in there. And that's starting tomorrow, June 4th. And this year, as last year that we didn't have those coupon booklets for seniors, this year there will be the coupon booklets for seniors, and those will be available June 11th. So not this week, but next week, starting at 2:30, and they will be giving them out till they're gone. So do you want to check out on that? Yes, and they go fast. A couple years ago, they were gone in an hour. So if you're interested in any of those or not, the county. PCAA. Ventura County Area Agency on Aging.
Who's going to physically be at the...
Somebody from Ventura County Area Agency on Aging will be there. So they will have a booth area. So Farmers Market going back down to the mall there. Okay, Goble Senior Adult Center newsletter is out. For those of you who might get this on a regular basis, we did reformat it. So when you open it up, we have all our activities now listed in groupings, so like sports, fitness, dance, music, games, computers, arts, etc. So you will see a description of all the classes there and when they are. And then you will then get into our trips, and then the very last pages will be the daily schedule. And it also lists, so if you're seeing something that has acronyms, because everybody loves acronyms, all the different things are listed down the side. It actually saved a lot of space, so I'm just letting you know, if you're a regular user of our newsletter, don't be alarmed. It's just reformatted, and those of you who've never gotten it before, please come by and get it, or call us to ask us to mail you one, and you'll enjoy that part of it. Now for the fun stuff, for June, we are smacked busy. So June 4th, we are having the Senior of the Year Awards at the Goble Center, which is put on by all of you. And as far as tickets go, try to get them today or come in very first thing tomorrow, because the faster they go, we might not be able to sell at the door. So if you're thinking you can't make it and you want to know if there might be any to buy at the door, definitely call. Just don't show up and expect to have a ticket and be able to enjoy the show, because they were going fast this morning. We have an annual summer barbecue. We do several of these. Our first one will be June 12th, and it's from 3:30 to 5, and it's actually for seniors and their kids, grandkids, whatever, so you can bring the whole family and enjoy it. Tickets are $6 at the front desk. Water exercise and swimming. This is a free program we do every year, and since we now have the CRPD pool that's on CLU campus and the whole aquatics complex, we will be doing our exercises at CLU, at the new pool, and Newberry Park High School. So not at Thousand Oaks High School this year. So CLU pool and Newberry Park. And it's $12.35 to $1.25, and it's free. All you got to do is show up, put your name on the list. There's going to be a creativity and aging workshop on Tuesday, June 16th from 6 to 7:30, and it's with Dr. Arnold Breksky. And he's going to speak on importance and method to cultivate your creativity and aging. And it'll also spur your brain, helps you remember more and use your creativity. So he's going to have a nice workshop there. We are going to have a 9-ball billiards tournament coming up Wednesday, June 17th. From 9 to 4, and you must register by Monday, June 15th if you're going to do it. And it's $6, and we'll do a lunch for those that are involved in the billiards tournament. And Wednesday, June 17th is a Community Safety Wellness Day. However, it's the City of Thousand Oaks that is putting that on, so it will be here out front, but what's really awesome is they will be providing buses to take seniors from our building or parking lot over to here, so people don't have to worry about trying to get into the parking structure or parking down the street or whatnot. And so we have buses that'll leave at 11:45, 12:15, and 12:45, and then return people at 1, 1:30, and 2. But I definitely need to have your names on the list so they know exactly what size bus to have for that. So that's a really nice service and a way to get down here. And there's going to be over 30 exhibitors, and you'll be able to have health screenings from glucose to blood pressure, body fat, I forget all of them. They were too numerous to mention. So it's a really good 2-hour packed day for that. So if you want to not have to worry about a ride, you can just come on over to the center, call in, and we'll get you there. And Irma Cackert is going to present her Philippines and Thailand on Thursday, June 18th from 10 to 11:30. Financial safety in the golden years goes right up your alley here, avoiding fraud, scams, and fiduciary abuse. So that'll be on the 25th from 9 a.m. to noon, and we will have a variety of people talking about different areas on that. And you will need to call us and get a seating reservation. I'll give you the number at the end. The Parkinson seminar was brought up earlier, and that will be Saturday, June 27th from 9 to 11:30, and that is free. Again, you can call the center for seating reservations so we make sure we have enough food for everybody so we can order. And last but not least, July 4th. I know we're in June, but July 4th is going to sneak up very quick. The center itself will be closed, but we do a home run derby at Borchard Community Center, field number 1, and you need to be 50 years old or older before July 4th, mind you. Entry fee is $5, and we do men's and women's divisions and age divisions as well. So we do have flyers on that at the center. And along with this, we do have a very large Thousand Oaks senior softball group. So we have over 200 people on a variety of teams, travel teams, recreation, whatnot. They're actually doing their own fundraiser, and it's going to be at Stuffed Pizza, and that's going to be Wednesday, July 15th from 5:30 to 7. And Stuffed Pizza is going to donate 20% of your bill to their program to help support some of the things that they're doing. And we will be starting batting. We'll have some batting practice, so whether you want to do the home run derby or not, we'll be doing practice July 3rd. So if you want to join in and you haven't hit a softball in years, come on down and take some batting practice, and then come on out July 4th. So those are all the new and interesting things I think I can think of to tell you. Some of our programs during the summer do take a hiatus, whether it's Conejo Valley Adult Education Program or some of our volunteer instructors. So if anybody out there decides that they're going to come to an ongoing class for the first time, call the center and ask if that program is running that particular week so you don't show up and get disappointed. Any questions?
Thank you, Andrea. Oh, there is a question. Hang on. There's a question. Harry?
Oh,
he was
you had your hand up.
V for victory. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Andrea.
Thanks.
All right. Now is our time for commissioner concerns or special announcements. Does any of our commissioners have a... There's one.
Yes, thank you, Jim. As mentioned before, this is our last program of the current season. We will resume our programming on Wednesday, September 3rd, with a blockbuster of a program on housing and housing scams. Please watch for the announcement, because it's a program you won't want to miss. And the publication of the Senior Services Directory has to be put on hold for 2 months. It is now expected to be published in September. While the Council on Aging is supposed to be on hiatus for the summer, many of these commissioners will be working to finalize the directory for publication. Inclusion in the Senior Services Directory is limited to bona fide agencies that provide a specific senior service and nonprofit organizations that will work with any and all seniors regardless of income levels. Entries on the website will be accepted electronically on the city website at www.toaks.org. Type Senior Services Directory in the search bar to find the entry information page. The deadline for submitting updates for new entries has been put off to June 30th. The 2009 edition will be available in September. If you can't get online, please call Francine Spiegel at 805-449-2743. Thank you, Francine.
Thank you, Harry. Any other questions, Leonard?
I have the pleasure of letting everyone know that exactly 50 years ago to the day and date, on the 22nd of August of this year, my wife and I will celebrate our golden anniversary. It has been a marriage that has lasted through everything. I will give you two short examples. I married her at Berkeley, or right after Berkeley. I actually married her in a building that is so old and so long ago it's become an historic building in Palo Alto, California. Took her pregnant to Fort Benning, Georgia, where they have cockroaches as big as B-26s, and immediately left after the baby was born for Panama, and it went downhill from there. To all of you who have been married as long as I have been, you know how I feel about this, and Linda is up in Sacramento, so she's going to have to watch this on tape when she gets back. Thanks, honey.
I'd like to, not that I'm playing Can You Top This, but I have to announce that my wife and I have been married as of yesterday for 63 years. Oh. Thank you all. I think it might last.
Any other comments from the commissioners?
I'll throw it in.
All right, Martin.
It can't match what these guys have been saying, but it is next Tuesday is my wife's birthday, and she celebrates for the entire month. So as well she should, and I already gave her one present, but she's getting a surprise present on her birthday. She has no idea what it is.
Oh, okay. Andrea.
I was being so good in conserving time, I forgot to give the phone number of Global Senior Adult Center so people could call in. So it's 805-381-2744. And also, we have our email, so if people like to email, it would just be GSAC, so Global Senior Adult Center, at crpd.org. So people can send things in that way for questions. We're getting more and more of that, which is really, really nice because it's easy to respond and keep track of. So again, 381-2744 if you need seating reservations or have questions.
Thank you very much. Well, I'll say a little bitty something personal. I've had the experience this past week of dealing with my almost 2-year-old great-granddaughter, and it's been one of the great pleasures of my life. I can't really say too much about that because it doesn't do it justice. But she's got 2 grandfathers, so to distinguish me from the grandfathers, my wife just kept calling me great. And now the baby calls me great, and that's the best compliment I've ever had. So her birthday is next month, so in advance, happy birthday, Scarlett. Great loves you. And I'd like to say one other thing about the wonderful thing that the Cabrillo Music Company is doing. They're bringing cats into town, and you know what good work Cabrillo brings. But they've got a special pricing discount for seniors. Now, I don't think any other big company has ever done that, big production company, but it's almost half price. So if you're interested, Cats starts on July 24th and goes through August 2nd. So the prices, again, are considerably off regular prices, and if you act now and you can receive an extra $5 off orchestra tickets for the Wednesday, July 29th, 11 a.m. performance. So keep that in mind. Where are these flyers available? Here at City Hall, and are they available also at the Gobles? Yeah, look for this. It's a real bargain for theater lovers. Yes, and if you are talking on the phone or going online or standing at the box office, say seniors, and say it proudly because they're going to save you money. Any other comments? Well, fine. Thank you very much. We will see you in September. I declare this meeting closed.